bakers and bakerettes, how are you today? We had to ring the bell, you know. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. My day is going fairly well. Now, I'm not 100%, but I keep pushing through. I am a warrior, right? This too shall pass, is what I tell myself, right? But I hope you guys' day is going well. Today, I'm going to bake the second recipe that I told you about on the snickerdoodle fudge recipe. That's going to do some snickerdoodle cookies, and these are going to be vegan style, okay? So I have all the ingredients that I'm going to use in front of me and also in the intro. So let's just go ahead and get started on this. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to measure out the milled flax seeds or ground flax seeds, whichever you have. This is going to replace the eggs, okay? Because of course, you know, the person is vegan, they don't eat eggs, right? So I need 1 tablespoon of the ground or milled flax seeds. So I'm just going to measure this out. And I do want it to be correct. I want it to be accurate. I don't want it to go over. So I'm just going to take the end handle of my spoon and just rake it back into the to the bag. Okay. So you want 1 level tablespoon of milled or ground flax seeds. You're gonna place that in your bowl, and then you're gonna add 2 1/2 tablespoons of water. Of course, I'm using bottled water. And I said this is going to replace the eggs. This is the substitute for eggs. So if anyone out there don't eat eggs and you don't know what to do, here's your substitution. So I'm just going to mix this up really good. I'm just going to stir it. And then I'm going to let this sit until the flax seeds absorb the water. This is going to get as you can see now, it's like watery and it's running, okay? It's going to be thick because eggs, they play a leavening role, as I said in the leavening agent video, and also depending on what you place them with and if you whip the eggs, especially the egg white. But this is just for consistency purposes, these flax seeds in the water as a substitution. So I'm just going to stir this up real good. And then I'm going to set it aside and just allow the flax seeds to absorb the water and to just thicken up just a little bit. All right. So we'll leave this sitting here. Right. Now there's going to be 3 other parts to this before we combine everything. The first thing is the flax seeds and allow them to thicken. The next thing is going to be our wet ingredients. Our wet ingredients is going to be 1 cup of vegan butter. Okay, I'm using Earth Balance vegan butter sticks. They're great for baking, and this is a non-dairy, non-hydrogenated oils, and it's an excellent source of omega-3. So this is the one that I'm using, but you can use any vegan or plant-based butter, and you're going to need 1 cup. And you do need to allow your butter to come to room temperature. Now with these, you cannot place these in the microwave because they have the aluminum wrappers. So you would have to take these out and place them in a container if you have to put them in the microwave, right? So you need 1 cup, which is going to be all 4 of the sticks that's in here, because each stick is registered as 1/2 cup. If you'll look at the reading here, it's like 1/2 cup, right? So I'm going to need all 4 of these, so that's fine. Okay. Also, I'm going to need sugar. So for this recipe, I'm going to need 1 1/3 cups of white granulated sugar. I'm going to use what's in here. I may have to pull my bag out, but that's okay. So So that's 1/3 of a cup. And this is going to be 1 cup. So that's 1 1/3 cups of sugar. Now for the topping, I need 1/2 cup of sugar. So I'm gonna go ahead and transfer what's in my box to my 1/2 cup of measuring cup, and it comes out perfect. Right? So I have just enough for the topping, and I have enough for the actual cookies. Right? So that consumes this box. Right? So that works out great. All right. Also to the topping, I'll go ahead and finish the topping. I'm going to need 1 tablespoon of ground cinnamon. I'll just go ahead and finish out the topping and set it aside. Okay. So that's 1 tablespoon of ground cinnamon. So I didn't need the extra. And I'm going to just mix the cinnamon and sugar together. Now you notice the ratio of this one is different from the ratio of the fudge because I really wanted the cinnamon hue to come through with the fudge. So I did a 1-to-1 ratio of cinnamon and sugar. And I actually have some of that left here, and I'm going to transfer it to this mix. I had some left, so I'm going to transfer it here. Because I'm going to take these out of the oven when they bake, and while they're warm, I'm going to flip them, and I'm going to make these extra cinnamony and extra sugary. That's the difference between these and the ones that others will make. All right. So far, I'm on the right track. Now this butter I need to add to my mixing bowl, but my flaxseed is getting a little thick, but it's not as thick as I would like it. So before I cream my sugar and butter, I'm gonna place you on a brief pause, and I'm gonna let this like thicken up, because it only takes 2 minutes to cream the butter and sugar, and then once it's creamed, I'm going to add the flax seeds to the creamed butter and sugar before I move to the next ingredient, which is gonna be my vanilla. Okay. So I'll place you on a brief pause, and when my flax seeds are ready, I will pick you back up. Hello guys, I'm back. Alright, so our flax seeds have thickened, and they look like, it looks like the egg white. It's runny like the egg white is what it's like. It's not as like thick as like thick, but it has the consistency that the egg white has. So now it is ready. So what I need to do is I need to turn the blender on, and I've added the 1 cup of butter. All right. So I've hold on 1 second. I need to change something. Okay, everyone, I'm back. What I did was I actually used the 2 cups of butter because I used all 4 of the 1/2 cup sticks. And so I made the adjustments to the sugar and also to the flour. And I actually sifted the flour, the cream tartar, the baking soda, and if you like to use salt, I actually sifted those ingredients. So like I was saying, for my flaxseed and water, which is substitution for the egg, it's not going to be really thick, but it's more like the consistency of the egg white is what you're going for. Okay. All right. So this is ready. So So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the blender on, and I'm going to cream the butter, the vegan butter, and the white granulated sugar. Again, for the vegan butter, you need 1 cup for 1 batch. I'm doing 2, so I have 2 cups. And it's going to be 1 1/3 cups of sugar. So that's 2 2/3 cup of sugar for a double batch, which is what I'm doing. And you're going to need 1 tablespoon of ground flaxseed and 2 1/2 tablespoons of water for 1 batch. So I used 2 tablespoons of flax seeds. I adjusted it, and 5 tablespoons of water for a double batch. All right. So now I'm going to turn on the blender. I'm just going to put it on stir and just let my sugar and my butter like get introduced to each other, and everything somewhat become incorporated together. Then I'm going to adjust the speed to 2. And I'm going to cream the butter and sugar for 2 minutes on 4. So I'll place you on pause for 2 minutes, and when this is ready, I will pick you back up. Okay, the 2 minutes are up. So I'm going to stop the blender, and I'm going to check to make sure that all the sugar and all the butter is well incorporated together. As you know, I scrape down the sides of my mixing bowl, and also I flip from the bottom to the top, just making sure that the sugar is not sticking to the bottom, and that there's nothing that's not blended and well incorporated together. And I do see a little butter that's not actually well incorporated in. So I'm going to place the blender on for probably about 30 seconds, just to give everything time to mix well. Okay, so now that my sugar and butter is creamed, again, it looks like ice cream, and this actually does because it's the vegan butter. It's very, very creamy. The next thing you want to add is going to be your flax eggs, as we call them, and as you can see, it's runny just like the egg white. We call them flax eggs. If you need a time limit on how long it takes it to thicken, I would say for 1 batch, and you have 1 tablespoon of flaxseed per 2 1/2 cups of water, tablespoons of water, would be about 5 minutes. It would take about 5 minutes for it to thicken. It's not the thicken as you know. It's going to be the thicken to where it looks like the consistency of the actual egg whites, as you can see. And I did a double, so I did 2 tablespoons and 2 tablespoons of flax seeds and 5 tablespoons of water. So it took 10 minutes for it to thicken. So now I'm going to add this to my cream, butter, and sugar. Okay. And I'm just going to turn my blender on stir again because I just want to introduce it to the cream, butter, and sugar. Now you don't have to mix this in a mixer. You can mix it with a hand mixer, or you can do it just by hand with a spatula because you don't want to overdo it, all right? So we're just getting everything well incorporated together. The next thing I'm going to add is going to be my pure vanilla extract. And as you know, I use Watkins bacon vanilla, pure vanilla. And you need to add 1 tablespoon per batch. I have 2 batches, so I'm going to need 2 tablespoons. I'm just going to speed it up just a little. Okay. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add my dry ingredients. And of course I'm going to add them 1 cup at a time. And dry this cup out. I washed it. Again, you want to place it on stir just to introduce everything. So for the dry ingredients, for 1 batch is 2½ cups of all-purpose flour, and as you know, I use white living, and you can use whichever flour you have, but it's all-purpose. Okay, 2½ cups, and then you want to add 2 teaspoons of cream of tartar. That's 2 teaspoons of cream of tartar. And then you're going to add 1 teaspoon of baking soda. And if you would like to add salt, you would add 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And then you would sift it all together. I'm doing a double batch, so I did double proportions. I have 5 cups of flour. I have 4 teaspoons of cream of tartar. I have 2 teaspoons of baking soda. And then for salt, that will be 1 teaspoon, right? So I'm going to add another cup of flour. And this is just on stir. I'm not blending it, I'm just stirring it. I just want it to be introduced to each other, get incorporated together. I want the dry ingredients to be moist. I'm not trying to overbeat the batter, okay? Now, the one thing about this is that you don't want running dough. This is going to be more on the consistency of, like when you do biscuits or any other cookie for that matter, it's going to be wet and dry. But it's not going to be wet running, and it's not going to be dry to where it's crumbly. It's like a perfect mix between the dry and the wet ingredients. And if it seems like it's a little loose, like it's a little running, then you can add more flour to it, more of your all-purpose flour, and you do it 1 tablespoon at a time. So you add a tablespoon, blend it. If it's still a little loose, add another tablespoon. If it seems like it's a little too thick to where it actually crumbles, then you can add 1 tablespoon of your non-dairy milk, and you can do that like 1 tablespoon at a time until you get it to the right consistency. It's like a perfect marriage between the solid liquid ingredients and the dry ingredients. Okay. And it's all in the measuring. I just make sure that I measure everything accurately when I'm measuring. But you know how it is. Sometimes, you know, we get a little excited, or we get a little happy, or we're just ready to get it all mixed in together for that epic bake, and so we may overdo it just a little. But no problem. And that's with any cookie dough. Any cookie dough, if you're doing sugar cookies, chocolate chip cookies, peanut butter cookies, M&M cookies, macadamia nut cookies, chocolate cookies, any cookie that you make, if it seems like it's a little too thick to where it's crumbly, just add a little bit of non-dairy milk to loosen it up, 1 tablespoon at a time. If it seems like it's a little too running, it's not really the consistency when you scoop it out to make the cookie dough to mold it, then you just add a little more flour, 1 tablespoon at a time. No problem. An easy fix. While this is mixing, pull out my other baking sheet. I already have one baking sheet ready. So you want to make sure that you spray your pan, and you want to line it with your parchment paper. And you know when you spray it, it sits flush in the pan. So when you put your cookie and your batter in, it's a perfect mold. And I just lightly spray the top of it. Nothing major. Alright. So now I have both of my cookie sheets ready. I'm going to speed this up just a little and get it all introduced together well. And I must say, these smell really good. They smell much better than the regular Snickerdoodles. Alright. So I'm going to take my spatula and just remove this back into the mixing bowl. Again, I scrape the sides of the bowl, scrape the bottom, fold it from the bottom to the top, just making sure that everything is well mixed. Yep, seems like everything's mixed. Really good. All right. And I can see that it is the right consistency just from folding it. It's not too crumbly. It's not too moist. It's going to mold the cookies very well. So I'll just rake the rest of this off into the mixing bowl. Alright, I'm going to put you on a brief pause while I grab some gloves. Okay guys, I'm back. I have the gloves. Let me get another one. That one dropped on the floor. Alright, so now what you want to do is you're going to scoop them out about 2 tablespoons of the dough at a time, and you're going to roll them out into balls, and then you're going to place them on your parchment lined bacon spray coated baking sheet. So you just simply scoop it out about 2 tablespoons at a time. That's a little more, but it's all good. And it depends on how big you actually want them. You can do a little smaller if you like. And then you want to roll them into a very nice ball. And as you can see, nothing is clinging to my gloves. Nothing. This is the right consistency, not too runny, not too loose, not too thick, okay? So it makes the perfect ball when you roll it. And then you want to take it and you just place it on your cookie sheet. And you're going to place them about 1 inch apart. So I'm just going to get one big scoop. These are going to be really good. If they taste like they smell, and I can't wait to put the topping on them. These are gonna be some good snickerdoodles. They're gonna be some big ones too. You can actually use an ice cream scoop as well to scoop it out. I actually should cut these in half. Really. Maybe I should make it just a little bit smaller. I'm just gonna take like a pinch out of each one and just make them just a little smaller. All right. Boy, it's kind of time consuming here. One thing about the vegan butter, it's a lot softer than the regular butter. These cookies, they smell so good. They make you want to eat the dough. And you can, if you want to just scoop it out and put it on the baking pan, you can do that as well. You don't really have to roll them. It's a personal preference how you want to scoop them out. I just want mine to try to somewhat be consistent in the shape. Because I bag them up and I just like, it looks neat when they're all about the same. Okay? And you want to bake these at 375, so I can go ahead and get my oven on and get my temperature ready. You're going to bake these at 375 degrees Fahrenheit, and you're going to bake these for roughly about 11 minutes. Now, everybody's oven temperature varies again, so I would say anywhere from 11 to probably 15 minutes should be good enough. But do check yours to make sure they're ready, because you know your oven better than I do. don't know which one smells the best, the cookies or the fudge. Because they're both really have a very nice aroma. Alright, so my first sheet is ready. And I know when they heat up, they're gonna like flatten out. That's why I took a little bit off, because I don't want to be too big, but I don't want to be too thin either. If it's gonna be a cookie, it's gonna be a cookie. I just took a little off the sides, just a pinch, because they're gonna flatten out when they bake. I don't want them to touch, so I put them about an inch apart, roughly. Okay. So now what I want to do is I want to add some of my cinnamon and sugar. And I'm just going to sprinkle it on the top of these. And I know it's going to like caramelize. And then when these come out of the oven, when they're warm, I'm going to flip them in some more of the cinnamon and sugar. Because you know this is the snickerdoodle part. So you just sprinkle as much or as less as you would like on the top, but you know me, more is better, especially with cookies. And I try to put a little on the sides. All right. I'll show you what the first group looks like. This is the first group of snickerdoodles, vegan, that are going in the oven. I'm going to wait until the oven gets to 375 and I'm going to place them in. While I'm waiting on the temperature, I'll go ahead and roll out the next one. And I think I'll do these just a little bit smaller than that group. So these are going to have snickerdoodle all in them because I have snickerdoodle on my gloves. So this batch is going to be really good. It's going to be extra snickerdoodle. We're going to make up some words. They're very soft and very chewy. This recipe is very soft and very chewy. Okay. Alrighty. I know you guys say you don't want to watch me roll these out, but that's okay. I'm almost there. And I'll get these two in the oven so you can see what they look like, and then the other ones I'll bake them. I guess I'll bake them solo. I'll let you guys see how they look when they come out. I'll let you see me flip them in the cinnamon and sugar just to make them extra cinnamon sugary. vegan snickerdoodles. I kind of want to get these in at the same time. That's why I started doing it with my hand. Well, with the gloves on. Oh, these smell good. Three more in this set. Alrighty. So now I'm going to sprinkle the cinnamon and sugar on these as well. These are going to be really good. It's going to caramelize. And then I'm going to flip them in it when they come out. These are going to be some really good ones. And I might want to keep these for myself. But I won't do that, since I'm already behind schedule and making them. But you know, life happens, and she understands. So. All right. So we're ready to get these in the oven. That's what I was waiting to hear. So now we have our second batch that's ready to go in the oven as well. My oven temperature is set at 375. It's ready. So now I'm going to place these in the oven for 11 minutes on the bake. And I will pick you back up and place you on pause, and then I'm going to pick you up when it's time to remove it from the oven, and then I'm going to be rolling the rest of these out while we wait. So hang tight. Hi guys, I'm back. I have removed the snickerdoodles from the oven, and that's what the first one looks like. And this one, I haven't separated yet. But these, I've already loosened them, and I made them, they're very chewy. I made them kind of like larger than regular cookies. And I also put them in the cinnamon and sugar on both sides. You can't really see it here. This piece I've already broken up so you can see it. This is what it looks like on the outside and also on the back. Here's another piece. You can kind of see the sugar, and that's what the consistency of the inside looks like. They're thin, but they're very, 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 very chewy. And as you can see the cinnamon and sugar like crystals on the top, and then when I flip it over, you can see them glistening. Right, so these are like extra cinnamony, sugary, vegan snickerdoodles. Right, and I'm gonna taste this one. These are really good. They're really good. If you didn't know they were vegan, you can taste the difference. I'm gonna put this back over here. I'm gonna do the same thing with these. I'm just gonna break them apart. Or just pull them apart. And I just simply, I'll make these mine. I'm just doing this so I can show you. But these three I'll eat. And I'll wear gloves when I pull these apart like I did with those. And I just take the cinnamon and sugar and I sprinkle it on the opposite side. I've already put it on the top. And you do this while they're still warm. And there you have it. Extra cinnamony, sugary, vegan snickerdoodles. So thank you guys for coming along with me on this bake. I greatly appreciate you. If you're a subscriber, thanks. Please hit the thumbs up. That's the like button. If you just passed by and saw something that caught your attention and you stopped, thanks. And I hope that you will consider subscribing to my channel so you can be in on all of the epic bakes. Make sure you click the notification bell so that as soon as I upload a video, you'll be the first one to see it. Also, leave a comment. Make sure it's positive, because if it's negative, I scroll right past you to the next positive. And share it with someone who you know who likes to bake, who's an aspiring baker. I mean, they may learn some techniques, they may learn some basic things, may enhance what they've already doing. And also, if you bake anything off of my channel, please leave a comment about it and tell us how your bake went. And also, you can email me at cassie'skitchencreations@gmail.com a picture, and I will upload it to our community page. All right. So thanks again for allowing me in your space, and I greatly appreciate you entering into my space and allowing me to bake, prep, no bake, your day, my way. Thanks again. Stay positive, stay uplifted, stay motivated, pass positive vibes off to others, treat people the way you want to be treated. As always, you never know what people are going through. You may be the only positivity that they see in a day. So let's keep it real. Let's keep it positive. Also, be an inspiration to someone. Inspire them. Encourage them. Uplift them. The same as you would want for yourself. Thanks, guys. And I will see you on the next break, the next bake, the next prep, the next no bake. Who knows what it's going to be. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye.